It's time once again for a new sponsored segment on First at 4. It's called Medical Monday. Each Monday I'll be talking to one of our sponsors from the medical community about the services that they provide. And my guests today on Medical Monday are Dr. Michael McCracken from McCracken Family Chiropractic and his patient, Thomalisa Washington. Guys, thank you very much for being with us today.
Hey, thanks for having us again.
All right, well, let's just go ahead and get this thing started off. Let's talk about chiropractic care. Now, whenever people think about this, they usually think of it as being things that happen with the spine and the neck. Is it chiefly limited to that?
You know, we're so blessed in this county to have great doctors, great hospitals, great specialists. Sometimes the specialists, though, only look, say the cardiologist looks at the heart and the pulmonologist looks at the lungs. And with Thomalisa today, we actually we can adjust the extremities. So in her, we saw carpal tunnel. We also saw headaches, we saw sinus, we saw allergies. Bless this woman's heart, she had low back pain. She also had infertility issues that she's going to describe. So when we look not only to the spine for disease, we also look to the extremities, but we found out that her carpal tunnel was actually coming from her neck, because the nerves in the neck obviously go to the upper extremities. So as we addressed the neck and the wrist, you know, we were able to help her with those things and not just look to the problem area, but to the spine.
Now, are there any kind of studies out there? Because infertility, that's not something people ordinarily associate with chiropractic care, but are there studies out there that indicate that is, in fact, the case?
Danny, I'm glad you asked, because I tweeted today. You can go to our website and actually tweeted an article with many studies. I won't go into detail here. You don't have to have a Twitter account. You can actually just log on to my website and you can go into the conversation and actually see that it's very successful. One of the first studies that they showed is that there were 11 cases. It was a small study done by the Journal of Chiropractic Pediatrics. They found 11 cases of infertility, and every one of them actually reversed. We've actually had 7 in our office, and that's where Thomalisa is kind of going to tell her story.
Well, let's go ahead and let's hear it straight from the horse's mouth, so to speak. And now you're Dr. McCracken's patient, correct?
I am.
All right. And how long have you been his patient?
Actually, this month makes a year.
A year. Mm-hmm. Wow. So all this happened for you in a year?
Less than a year, actually.
Less than a year. Well, Hank, you just go ahead and tell us what your experience has been with chiropractic care.
Well, I've had a wonderful experience. I'm not just going to say with chiropractic, but particularly with Dr. McCracken. As he described, when I came to his office, I had a number of issues, like he said, carpal tunnel, chronic sinus patient, headaches, low back pains. But one of the greatest experiences that I've had with him is that I also have fertility issues. For about 6 years, my husband and I have been trying to conceive. We went to fertility doctors. I've taken a number of fertility drugs and just a whole host of things. And we sort of just said, you know, let's just forget it. If this is what God has for us, then this is what's going to happen. And just by chance, one of my church members introduced us to Dr. McCracken. And what was most impressive about him is that before I can even tell him what my issues were, once he saw my x-rays, he actually told me. And I can report that after following his plan, going to get my adjustments and so forth, after 6 months, I was pregnant with my first child. And it's a miracle, and those hands that he has are miracles. I can honestly tell you that. So right now, I'm almost 27 weeks pregnant with a little girl, thanks to Dr. Mike.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
All right, and I think you got one more thing you'd like for the folks at home to know about.
Yeah, we're not trying to start a fertility clinic by any means. But, you know, as Thomalisa said, she was brought to us by a church member. And actually what we're doing is a dinner with the doc. And so there's somebody standing by at my office, and the next 6 callers, I'm going to take them and 5 guests to dinner. If they'll call my office right now, the next 6 people, we're going to fill a restaurant up, and we're going to teach them, and you're going to have dinner with me. And I'll basically educate them and tell them what they can possibly learn like Thomalisa did.
All right, super, guys. Thank you very much for being with us today.
Thanks, Ryan.
If our sponsor sparked your interest today, then you can give them a call down at McCracken Family Chiropractic. The number is 205-345-5035. You can find out more about them online at McCrackenFamilyChiropractic.com.